Hello, I'm sure everybody watching this video is very aware of the rapidly changing real estate market in Canada and even right here in the central Okanagan, what a difference that is making. What most of you won't be aware of, and those of you that are thinking of selling a home this year need to be aware of, is the critical differences between a quick sale and an average sale. And when I say the difference, I'm talking about how much money you're going to put in your pocket. And you're going to be shocked when you see the differences. It's very substantial. My name is Stephen Bergg, and I'm leader of the Bergg Homes team at Century 21 Executives here in the Okanagan. And it's getting late in the day. The YouTubers always say you shouldn't shoot videos in dark like this. And I'm losing my voice a bit. I've been to many meetings, but I felt it was really important to get this message out right now because we've been advertising our new program to sell a home in 21 days or we'll pay you. And as a result of that program, we're getting a lot of questions on Facebook, and I wanted to address them in a short video. And the lighting or my voice or whatever may not be perfect. I'm just doing it off the cuff. But this is really good information. And I'm going to take you in behind the curtain of the realtor world to show you why it's so important if you're listing a home right now to make sure it's marketed really aggressively and sold as quickly as possible. And here we go. So this is the back end of MLS. And I was in here at 3 o'clock this afternoon before I went out for my meetings today. And I looked at just today's sales. And I took the 5 fastest sales and the next 5. The 5 fastest were under 21 days, and the next 5 were 27, 28, all the way up to in the 40s. I could have taken the extreme and gone for a far out time and made it a really dramatic difference, but I wanted to show people just how small differences in time are making a big difference in how much money you put in your pocket. And looking at the data from this afternoon, it really was significant. So the properties that sold in under 21 days got an average of 99.2% of asking price. And the ones that sold just after that, the next 5, got an average of 94.5. That's a 4.7% difference. So on I'm tired. On $500,000, that's $20,000. In fact, it's just over $23,000, just on a $500,000 sale extra that the sellers are putting into their pockets. And I'm noticing this every single day that I'm looking at the data. Sometimes it's only 2.7, 3%, 4%, but it's definitely a tangible difference. And it's all about how quickly you can get your home sold. And I'm going to show you why. I'll take you deeper into the real estate world. This is our report screen. Every realtor has access to it. These are not my reports. These are just reports that the real estate board puts out. And the first one we're going to look at is the days on market, the median and average. So this is the median days on market, and this is the average. So you can see here at the beginning of the year when things were crazy, it was very quick to sell a home. But since then, it's been climbing up. And it's been getting harder and harder to sell a home quickly. And the average now sits at, it looks like it's almost 40, and it's almost 50 for the actual median. Let's pop now to dig a little deeper and find out why. As we all know, real estate is dependent on supply and demand. And so let's first of all look at the supply. So this is the active listings that we have. And again, this goes from 2020 all the way up to modern day. So you can see there's been a pretty substantial spike of late in the amount of properties for sale. I'll show you what that actually is in real terms. So right now we've got 6,639 properties for sale. This time last year, there was only 3,457, and there was just over 3,500 in February. So we're getting close to double the amount of properties for sale. So obviously a lot of competition if you're selling. Now let's look at demand. And again, we'll look at the chart first. So here's the actual historic sales count by month. So this blue line here is 2020. The green one is our current year, 2022. And you can see here that sales are slumping down to basically the levels that we saw right around, when everyone was on lockdown almost. So very low sales right now. And again, we can look at the numbers. We in July we sold 792. One of my friends from Royal LePage told me that that was the lowest amount of sales since 2020, and obviously back then we had a lot less product to sell. You can see it. You can see here 1,265 sales last year, and over 1,100 in February. So basically, low demand, a high amount of listings, and so when those two things combine, it puts a lot of pressure on sellers, and as a result, you've only really got power in the first week or two of your listing when you can say, hey, if you don't buy it, somebody else will. After a certain amount of time, that gets old, and you get the pariahs coming out trying to, get the very best price they can. And I hear from several of you messaging me overnight last night saying, yeah, I get that, Steve, but I want to hold off and wait to get the best price. I don't want to take the first offer or sell it too quickly because, I don't want to give the house away, that old common expression. And I get that. And, I feel like that too, obviously, about my own real estate. And it's a very sensible approach in a regular market where we've got a balanced market. Don't, take your time, wait for the right buyer. But this isn't a regular market. These are very, very strange times. I'm going to show you a report here that I've actually never looked at until today when I was doing a bit of research. So you can see in January, this green bar here was the original asking price. And the blue bar is what it sold for. So the average sale was very close to what the original asking price was. Now let's fast forward to August is still only 9 days in, so that's not great data. But let's look at July here. So $749,900 average asking price, $620,000 average selling price. Again, that was the average original asking price before any reductions in the listing. So a dramatic difference there. And for those of you looking at this saying, this doesn't look right, I see the average selling price is around $1.1 million. This is the whole of the central Okanagan, and it is all types of properties. So it's not just single family homes, which is the data that normally the news puts out. But a dramatic difference there. So as you can see, properties are getting beat up as they get reduced and selling for less and less money. So there really is no doubt in my mind that the faster somebody sells right now, the more they'll get. I'm seeing it everywhere, and the realtors that I'm talking to about this are all in agreement with me, the experienced guys. Taking you back to that first chart we looked at, this 18-month spread here, I actually looked at our own sales over that same 18-month period versus the entire market. So all of the realtors combined, including myself, had an average of 63 days to sell a single family home over this 18-month period, according to this independent data. The average sale was $885,000 over that same time period. My average sale was over $1 million, and yet even though I had a higher average sale, our list to sale ratio was 2.7% higher than the market average. So our sellers, even though it was more expensive property, which generally is harder to negotiate, we were getting a 2.7% premium over the average, and we were selling in just 18 days. Now, that's no coincidence. It's because we were selling very early on in the listing when we had the most power and we could negotiate the best price. And because we have the marketing and the negotiation and the systems to do that, that's why I've introduced this program right now, because I want to get the word out there and make ourselves accountable. Hey, if we don't sell it in 21 days, our average is 18. Some of them are over. We're going to give you some cash back because you know what? We want to bleed with you. But you've got a great chance of selling your home for top dollar in a short amount of time by using our systems. So I hope that was useful for you. It wasn't designed to get anybody who's currently got a home listed to come list with me. There's lots of great agents out there. It was just designed to let people who have been asking me questions on Facebook about our program understand the reasoning behind it, understand that we walk our talk, and kind of give you a little sneak peek behind the real estate curtain. Again, terrible lighting, late in the day, not the most polished video I've ever made, but I hope you found it interesting. And if you want more information on our guaranteed sale program, you can click below. And if you're just here peeking behind the real estate curtain, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a great rest of your summer. Take care. Bye-bye.